Welcome back to Primetime News. Special welcome to the folks watching on OneSpotMedia.com.
A reminder as well that you can watch TVJ live by downloading our One Spot Media app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. That's the number 1 followed by the word Spot and Media.
The Justice Minister as well as the Attorney General are pledging to look in detail at some outdated fines on the law books in the wake of the outrage and surprise being expressed at the penalty given to the reputed Klansman gang leader Tesha Miller in court on Tuesday.
Miller pleaded guilty to making a false declaration to Jamaican immigration officials. In essence, he gave them a wrong name. He was fined the maximum fine applicable, 100 Jamaican dollars, with the judge saying a sleeping parliament has to do something about outdated fines.
So, TVJ's Herman Green went to Parliament today to ask lawmakers what, if anything, they intend to do.
In imposing the fine, Parish Judge Sansia Burrell bashed legislators about the fact that such a fine remains on Jamaica's law books. Legislators are now responding.
As a legislator, I'm embarrassed.
Embarrassed because some of these fines have not been updated in decades. For opposition spokesman on education, former cabinet minister, attorney at law Ronald Thwaites, the laws have remained unchanged for too long for one main reason: the volume, as he notes that there are hundreds of laws to be tracked and updated. Justice Minister DELROY and Attorney General MALAHOO FORTE agree that the fines are out of date and have responded to the blame being put on legislators.
We have seen fines, especially in the lay magistrates court, which is $2, $20. And all of these, it's a question of the Law Reform Committee, my Law Reform Committee, the Ministry of Justice needs to look at all of these fines and certainly have them regulated.
I can't rebut anyone who says that the update is not being done in a timely way. But what I can say is that in recent times, steps have been taken, and certainly in the last legislative year, we have updated a number of pieces of legislation.
They, however, argue that the fines for immigration laws were updated beyond the figures seen on Tuesday.
My understanding, however, is that in 1988, similar fines in the same statute was increased to 10,000. But whether this particular section that the judge used was actually increased is not clear. We are investigating.
In spite of that, the consensus is that changes have to be made. Reverend Thwaites already has a suggestion.
I am in favor of legislation which would provide that automatically the levels of fines be adjusted in keeping with the value of money and the rate of inflation. And once you did that, then it would be an arithmetic calculation for the court to make, rather than being stuck with the absurdity that was evident yesterday at Halfway Tree.
Most of these legislations rest in the different ministries, and so we will have to consult with them as to the appropriate and relevant fines that should be imposed.
And it would be the minister with responsibility for the portfolio. In this case, immigration falls under the Ministry of National Security, and it would be one of the agencies that would bring the matter to the attention of the ministry, and then we go through the process of doing the cabinet submission, getting the approval of cabinet, it going for drafting instructions to be issued, for the draft to be done by the CPC, then it goes before the Legislation Committee of Cabinet, it goes back to Cabinet for review, and then it is tabled and debated.
Herman Green, TVJ News.